Hey, shalom. This is Craig with WONIRadio. Welcome to the WONI Music Box. Tonight, we're going to share some time with a real good close brother of mine, and his name is Tiger Kinte. Hey, shalom.
Shalom, everyone. How are you?
It's so good to see you. So good to see you, man.
Likewise, good to see you.
Good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play the music and interject it into our interview. But before we do that, just tell us about you. Tell us about my brother here.
Oh man, I'm nobody. No, I'm kidding. I'm originally from Flint, Michigan, born and raised there. Church of God in Christ, Kojic kid. My mom's a singer. Dad's a musician. He played the bass and the drums. My uncle plays guitar. I was in the youth choir, the praise team, choir. Just, music has been a part of my whole life. This is pretty much who I am. I started singing. My mom, me and my brothers and my sister, we had a little singing group. And so my mom I've been singing probably since the age of 3. She taught us how to harmonize, and so it just became natural to me. It just became a part of who we, every time we got together, we're singing. And even today, when I go back home, it's going to be some kind of music going on. And so it's part of my DNA at this point,
Wow.
She taught us to praise. That's the most important thing. She taught us, I grew up on loving commission, and the wine-ins. And man, all these people used to come to our church, because we were right there next to Detroit. So I was fortunate to, on our youth day, we used to have Twinkie Clark used to come to our church. She would do our youth day services. When Sierra was a little girl, she would come over and sing. So I actually sung in the state choir, and we had Maddie Moss Clark over the state choir. So I've been in some rehearsals with her. I was real young, but I remember her, and she was real hard on musicians. Oh man, she was that movie. That was accurate. That was her. So I was fortunate to kind of be around a lot of great, singers and musicians, and I just kind of gleaned a lot of it,
Wow.
Being in that atmosphere. I could name a lot of names: Dietrich Haddon. Oh man, like I said, Commission. What's her name? Sister Lisa Page, Michael Brooks.
Right.
We're in our district, so I was always around. What's her name? Vanessa Bell Armstrong.
Yes, I remember her. Yes,
all that.
Yes.
Thomas Whitfield. I can go down the line, and so all those influences are kind of in my DNA. And then obviously, I would sneak and listen to R&B. So
I know. But that's okay. It's part of your upbringing. It's part of that DNA in you. It had to be nourished.
Right. But that was a big no-no growing up. But we all still. But really, the musicians, they all were playing for both.
That's right. That's right.
Find out, so.
and you were talking about your DNA. So, how did you recognize your gift? How did you find your way? How did it come through you to be delivered out in the things that you do now, the music that you're creating now?
Well, the scripture when it says, "Train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they're older, they won't depart from it." Well, as a child, I still kind of have a higher voice than most guys. And so as a kid, you sound like a girl. So I hated singing because they always said I sound like a girl. But my mom said, "I don't care what you think, you are going to sing."
Right. And I hear a hint of little Michael Jackson in that
voice. Yeah. Well, that's another one of my influences, but my mom, I have to credit her because she didn't care about your feelings. She saw the potential. She saw the gift, and at first it was forced, then it was nourished. The older I got, the more I understood, because she also was our Sunday school teacher. So I was fortunate to have my mom as a Sunday school teacher, so it always would be reinforced at home. So she taught me how to praise.
So you were trapped.
I was trapped. I didn't have a
with
choice. I didn't have a choice. But I'm thankful for it. You know, looking back on it, it kept me out of a lot of situations. I was naive to a lot of things because all I knew was that. And so it kind of protected me and shielded me from a lot of things. But you know, so I'm thankful for that. So it just becomes who you are because it took root. And now that's just who I am now. And so now I teach my kids the same, you know.
So now, so you're actually a combination of a writer, singer, producer, composer. You're the whole band right there.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, strange. Oddly enough, if anybody from back home is watching this, they'll tell you I was not a musician then. I really didn't pick up the keys until I mean, I kind of played a little bit, but not like. I really didn't catch on to producing till I moved to Texas.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because back home, I know a lot of musicians and producers. And so I focused on singing. And so I didn't have, you know, I was intimidated to even try to go down that road because I'm like, well, this person, my cousin can do this or this person can do that. Move here to Texas, I don't know anybody. So I had to learn it on my own.
Sure.
So it was a blessing in disguise, you know.
Well, so let's talk about the two singles that you have. You have The Greatest Love and you have Pure Gold. So here you are writing this song, The Greatest Love. What inspired you to write that?
Well, I can't take credit for writing Greatest Love. Actually, Yaakov, which is somebody you know, he wrote that.
Really?
Yaakov wrote. Okay. I wrote a small piece of it. So I got a piece of it.
Okay.
But I got to give Yaakov credit for that. He wrote that. I played some of the keys on it. You know, I played some of the synthesizers and things like that. But and Yahusha kind of produced the bulk of the track. So it was it was a joint venture. So it was, you know, when I got the song, it was more, you know, he came to me with the ideas about unity, you know, about us loving one another. You know, that's the greatest commandment. Because as you know, we got sex over here, we got sex over there. I don't mess with you because you don't believe in this, and you know, but you know, we should leave with love,
right? And
so that was the kind of the motivation for the song, and that's something that I embrace. You know, I say I don't have to agree with you on everything, but I love you. I gotta love you,
right?
Walk in love with you. So I think if we lead with that. Maybe some of these disagreements won't be such as egregious. You know, we kind of can get past the surface of things. And so, you know, but so, yeah, that song was the motivation for that song.
And what better way to reach someone but to be pure in your heart and extend your love to them?
That's right.
I remember someone writing a song called "Love Isn't Love Till You Give It All."
Oh, that's commission. That's commission right there.
Right. But that's true, you know. So if we just love someone based upon who they are and not who we perceive them to be,
that's right.
Our heart is pure, and as we deliver that, they can receive it in a pure way, unadulterated, no prejudice involved. And that way we can get to them heart to heart. Now, I believe that's what Yahusha is really saying.
And that's kind of the songs I kind of want to deal with, is kind of, you know, getting to the root of the matter, you know, keep it simple, but get to the root of the matter, you know, because sometimes I know in this walk, we tend to get so deep that we forget the simple things.
We get so heavenly minded that we're no earthly good.
Exactly.
We have to be careful of that. Exactly. We really do.
Yeah, we do.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to play The Greatest Love. And then we'll come back.
All right.
Hold on.
Abroad, hear the sounds from afar. What you're witnessing, this great awakening. Come on, brother, come on, sisters, come on, gather round. Yeah, with one mind, one body, no matter where you are. dance the night away. Rejoice, delight in the way. Oh, just do your thing, no matter what they say. Yeah, all around the world, under one abiding voice, it's the same old commandment, love. I got your back, you got mine. Together we can stand through the troubled times. I love you, my neighbor. I love you, my neighbor. Brother, for too many of you dying. So much is happening. Sometimes we need each other the most, 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 most. If you ever need me, I'll be there for you to pull you through. Just call me, no worry. This is what it's all about. Mishpaka, it's all we got. All around the world, under one abiding voice, it's the same old commandment, love. I got your back, you got mine. Together we can stand through the troubled times. I love you, my neighbor. I love you, my neighbor.
Ain't no love like the one I got. I'm supposed to get through this without my ox, so for real. But this ain't a candy rain. The Messiah supposed to bind to get us out them chains. I believe whenever there's a brother in need, you can tap my line, there's a brother in me, a tag team. We can make a tap indeed and take a shot in them scriptures to find that peace.
All around the world, under one abiding voice, it's the same old commandment, love. I got your back, you got mine. Together we can stand through the troubled times. I love you, my neighbor. I love you, my neighbor. All around the world, under one abiding voice, it's the same old commandment, love. I got your back, you got mine. Together we can stand through the troubled times. I love you, my neighbor. I love you, my neighbor.
Okay, that song was great. That really said what you just said before, giving the love of the Most High,
Yes.
through us and reaching His people and those who He's called to be,
Yes.
in His family, in the family.
Yep.
So the other song now is Pure Gold. Pure Gold. Now you've got to tell me about that song.
Yeah. Now, Pure Gold, I wrote that one. I composed it. Actually, I did the whole song. I did everything that you heard on there. I did all that. That song was birthed out of pain. That song. When I started writing that song, I was going through a divorce. We have 4 kids together, so that's very painful to accept. That was a reality that I had to accept.
I understand that.
And that was kind of the first portion. It took me probably 2 years to write that song because I got it pieces at a time, and it was based on what I was going through at the moment. And then the last part was I lost my grandmother, and I also had I had a first cousin who had a stroke. He's younger than I am. And so it was just a lot going on in my family and with them, just period. And so that was my way that was an outlet for me, and it's funny because now when I read the Psalms, I can understand the context a little bit better.
Right.
Obviously you read the stories in the script too, but I can understand how David felt, and I can understand how that was an outlet. Sometimes you just got to get it out. Sometimes you got to cry it out, talk it out, sing it out, praise it out.
Yes, praise it out. Because you see,
out.
And what I'm sensing is that was Yah ministering to you.
Yes.
Okay, because so it's saying that no matter what you're going through, He's saying, I know it, and I'm with you.
That's
and
right.
I'll bring you through it. And
That's
when you come through it, you'll be as pure gold. I think that's what you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And because that's what I had to cling to. Because as it says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, but that evidence is not there at the moment. You can't see it. You don't know where that situation is going to lead you to. And so now when I kind of go through things, or I'm always reminded, I go back and reference that song. And then, and so that's one of my writing methods is I'm more of it just comes out. I'm not the type of person that'll just sit down, let me write this verse. It flows out of me. It's birth,
right. Right.
And so
right.
That's kind of how I flow.
Yeah. And I can imagine what David was going through,
Yes.
in the Psalms, because if you really have a heart to really hear what he's saying, what he's feeling.
Yes.
You brought it out in that song, Pure Gold. Yeah. So we're going to take another break. And we're going to play that. And we're going to pray that those who are out there who are going through something, that the lyrics and the music will bring them through, give them something to hold on to and let them know that Yah is with them. Okay, so let's stop for a moment and we're going to listen to Pure Gold.
But he knows the way that I take. When he has tried me, I shall come out as pure gold. Trouble around me, darkness is all I see. I heard you heal broken hearts. Please bind up my wounds, I'm desperate for you. I cry out when my voice hear me. I stretch my hands to thee, I'm thirsting after thee. Please hear my spirit fills. How can I forget your love and kindness? I cling to you, you are my strength. Whoa, you may be feeling that you're going through, but I promise you this, you will come out as pure gold. But you've gotta keep your hands in his hands and stand on his word. You will come out as pure gold. You may be feeling that you're going through, but I promise you this, you will come out as pure gold. But you've gotta keep your hands in his hands and stand on his word. You will come out as pure gold. Broken hearted, death and calamity, sickness took my loved one away from me. Let your light shine in me, 'cause right now I can't see. But true faith requires not from me. Oh, I lean on you, my King. My faith in you redeem my heart from all impurities. How can I forget your love and kindness? I cling to you, you are my strength. 'Cause you may be feeling that you're going through, but I promise you this, you will come out as pure gold. But you've gotta keep your hands in his hand and stand on his word. You will come out as pure gold. You may be feeling that you're going through, but I promise you this, you will come out as pure gold. But you've gotta keep your hands in his hands and stand on his word, you will come out as pure gold. I'm strong again, I believe again, I'm better now. Now that I've endured through this phase, I forget your love and kindness comforts me through my darkest hour. Oh, you may be feeling that you're going through, but I promise you this, you will come out as pure gold. But you've gotta keep your hands in his hands and stand on his word. You will come out as pure gold. Feeling that you're going through, but I promise you this, you will come out as pure gold. But you've gotta keep your hands in his hands and stand on his word. You will come out as pure gold. I've reached the other side. I'm no longer in darkness, and I've come forth as pure gold. Hallelujah.
Yeah, yeah, I felt that. I felt that. And you know, in spite of the things that I've been going through personally, when I heard that song, that really gave me a lot of support. So I want to thank you for listening to Yah and letting him birth that in you to take you through and so many other people too. But let's switch to something else. I know you've worked with a lot of artists. Tell me about the artists that you've worked with.
Well, I know one name most people on your radio, on your station recognize is Lorvins.
Lorvins. Now, who's that? Oh yeah, I know who. Yes, I remember him. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So I produced I'm Broken on his Firmament album. I produced that song. I also produced Greatest Love on which is the same name as the song that I released, but I produced that one on Lorvin's album. And actually Yahusha co-produced that as well. So that was a joint effort.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are getting around, aren't you?
Yeah, we're getting around. And I was featured on Brother Amir Ryder, his album.
Okay.
His song is called what's the name of the song now? I can't remember now. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Okay, I'll research that. Not a problem. Yeah.
I'm on there, and I'm actually on another song that he's going to release. I don't know when he's going to release it, so I'm featured on there as well. Who else? Oh, I produced a song for Sister Shalandra Chichi.
Okay.
And that song is called oh man. Why
That's
can't I think
okay.
of
That's
it?
okay.
I'm drawing blanks today.
When we get through this interview, it's gonna
come
right
back
to you. That's okay. That's okay. So on an ending note, what would you say to someone who's just starting out, and if you had a word for them, what would be that word?
They're just starting out in you talking about in the Hebraic walk?
That's fine. Yeah.
You know, the first thing I would tell someone is to take your time.
Right.
Be very humble and take your time. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's a lot of truth. No matter how you view it, in the Bible, if you come from a biblical background, I'll guarantee you got some level of truth. You probably got enough truth to have some good substance there. But so I would tell people to take their time and not be so quick to judge a situation or to judge different teachers or different movements and religions. Just be patient,
right.
And realize that it's a journey, and it's you know, you're not going to be the same person that you're going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. So just take your time and start from the beginning. Just read it.
Right.
Read it for yourself.
Absorb it. Absorb it.
Absorb it. Yeah. Because you gotta, there's a scripture in Proverbs. I can't remember. Oh man, I don't know why I got brain fog today, but
it's okay.
It talks about humility is we know that it says the fear of Yah, or the fear of God, is the beginning of all knowledge and wisdom. However, it also talks about humility being tied to wisdom.
Yes.
So I think one of the easiest paths to truth is through humility. Yeah. I think it always shows us when our heart is right.
Great.
That's
great.
my experience.
Great. One last thing before we go. Where can our listeners purchase your music?
It should be on all platforms. Apple Music, Spotify,
Amazon, I believe also.
All of them. Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to release some more, actually. I have a song with Lorbins I'm going to release.
Good.
That's going to be the next one I'm releasing. It's going to be called Feel Our Hearts. It's going to be more of a kind of a praise worship song. He did a great job on it, man. I'm excited for you all to hear it. So I'm gonna get that to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to be a little selfish and maybe be on the top 5 people that get that.
You're gonna be, matter of fact, I'll send it today and you can get a preview of it.
Wow. Do you think maybe we can get back together and we can preview it on WONI Radio?
I'd love to do that.
Okay.
I'd love to. Yeah.
And maybe I can also sell your music through Amazon or whoever through the WONI Music Store that I'm creating.
Okay. That sounds good.
Wow.
You might have to show me how to do it, but that's good.
Okay. No, I'll handle it on my end. Okay. In fact, we can do a live interview like this and have people sign in and they can listen and they can maybe even ask you some questions if you're open to that.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Brother Tiger Kinte. I know you by another name, but Tiger Kinte.
Okay. Well, it's funny. My name is Tierras Lowe, right? Tiger is a nickname that my grandmother gave to me as a child.
No, I'm stunned because that was my nickname in high school.
Oh wow! Okay.
So I knew you were my brother. See that?
Yeah. See. And Kinte is actually my middle name. That's actually my name. So I just kind of put those two together, and I don't know. I was trying to sound like a stage name, but it is. People who know me, they know me as Tiger, or some of my family members do. So
wow. Well, listen, I want to thank you for sharing your time with the listeners on WONI Radio, and we will hear from you again. Again, this is Elder Craig, Brother Craig, as long as you call me Craig, with the WONI Music Box.
Yes, sir.
Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.